should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Hey, salut à tous, ici les amis, c'est Ted Gamer sur Vampire, épisode 2. Bon, j'espère que ça va vous plaire, cet épisode. Bon, je sais que je suis un peu coincé, mais c'est ce qu'on connaît pas le jeu. On est souvent coincé quand on connaît rien du jeu. Mais vous en faites pas. On va vite se décoincer. Aïe, 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 aïe. Alors, là, faut que je passe par ici, moi. Accéder au bureau. Ne me dis pas qu'elle a lavé toutes les tâches.
You best talk to Tom.
Things are turning for the worse around here.
This mess be giving me a laugh.
Are they stupid or something?
I think drink
I've never even been to India.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Poor Jack.
not long.
Je trouve un
He didn't
moyen.
deserve this. Are they stupid or something? I've never even been.
It's locked, all right.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
There's gotta be something.
Go hunt your shadow.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Damn it.
I cannot enter.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
I hope I live long
It's
enough
locked.
to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
You're still ugly as sin.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
Please, leave me alone. Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Comment on doit faire?
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Mais je suis coincé, moi.
He didn't deserve
Mais
this.
ça,
Gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No?
là, le bureau.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away.
Je peux pas passer.
I'm certain we shall meet again.
Putain, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose en bas qui traîne?
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
On va prendre une putain d'affiche. Un truc là.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Ok, il y a quelque chose là. Il y a quelque chose de bruit.
Something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
Alors, elle dit, comme c'est elle qui a fait faire, qui t'a fait faire les crédits, c'est elle qui paye.
Look, I told you I lived long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Ah ouais.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
It's a good thing you cannot see me.
Oh, moi je veux bien essayer de passer, mais comment? Putain, on va aller voir par là. Non.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note.
Ok, donc c'est un
These men. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
I hope I live long enough to see them. Always get what's coming to them.
It's locked, all right.
Ah ouais, mais c'est fermé.
Oh, regarde. Ouais, c'est dans la catholique. Voilà, c'est une autre, tu vas prendre dans ta gueule. Ça, c'est un François. Ah ouais, bah, là, tu te démerdes. Ils l'ont enlevé. Non, c'est moi qui l'ai enlevé. Non, elle l'a enlevé. Vas-y, dégage, je t'en prie, dans la gueule, dégage. Dégage.
Putain.
Tu laisses ça. Tu laisses ça, j'attends qu'elle rentre.
Oh, tu sais quoi, on va suivre les traces, et puis c'est tout.
Il y a un internet connaît, t'as regardé l'emploi François. Elle a rien. Bah non, elle a rien. Elle est brouillée partout, elle a rien. Non, elle a pas brouillé. Over there! Oh, je vais le faire. Il va faire autre chose.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again. It's locked.
I'd head back if I were you, sir. But I've only been part of the guard for 3 weeks.
Voilà.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them! Get them weapons ready! Kill it! Fuck, it's fast!
Voilà.
Les pistaches. Non, c'est Didier. Ouais, Fernando. Ferme ta gueule, connard.
Et du coup, il va taper toi pour avoir 50 euros. Ah, 140. 140.
Ok.
Demain, papa, il sera là pour le pétrole. Non. Ouais, je sais hier, j'avais dit qu'il allait faire un mec.
Allez, hop. Voilà, j'ai pas mal de choses. Voilà. Ouais. En train de dormir et sauvegarder quoi.
Pardon? Ouais, je parle beaucoup du coup.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy. This place reeks of bloodshed.
I must have more. Oh dear God.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Allez, un boss.
William, please. Stop.
Hop.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
word again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Je crois que vous avez tous compris, hein. On va travailler pour lui.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Ah, là, on commence à ressembler quand même à un bon personnage. Alors, mise... ok. Alors, mon objectif c'est... Je ne sais pas. À l'hôtel et...
Rotten Presley. Each heart continues the flow of life. Drink at this river. Dry it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I I'm in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. It's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Ah, question. Qualité du sang. La qualité de sang indifférent. Ah ok. On peut le charmer. Tu vas me suivre.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of
Yo,
life
salut.
and death.
Bah ici ça peut être bon, non? Alors, on peut éteindre le charme ou relâcher. On va éteindre. Et relâcher. Et...
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Did I black out? Whoa, I feel...
Bon, ça n'a pas marché. Je voulais le tuer, mais bon. Ça n'a pas marché. T'en montes ton sang. Ok, donc en fait on peut pas savoir sa qualité de son sang. Bon, c'est débile.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Ouais, moi je voulais pas le laisser s'échapper d'abord, je voulais le buter.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The Administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Ok, donc mon bureau se trouve au premier étage. Donc ça va le faire. Au
Thank you,
revoir.
Nurse Crane.
Attendez. Voilà. Allez. Attends, je peux pas te charmer toi? Ah non. Par contre, on peut pas activer la barre de santé. Donc si je fais ça, qu'est-ce que ça fait? Ah voilà.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
C'est beaucoup mieux qu'on fait ça parce qu'on voit la barre de santé.
You are going to
depuis
reveal
lui.
all your secrets to me.
My blood and soul. They belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Ça c'est à cause de l'épidémie. Ah. Ok, là je sors. Bon, du coup je fais demi-tour. Attendez. Ah, désolé les gars, il y a un petit décalage sur le live. J'espère que vous m'en voudrez pas trop. Bon, déjà faut que j'arrive à trouver les escaliers. Ah bah ils sont là. Câble clé.
It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Dr. Swansea asked me...
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Il n'y a rien ici.
Nurse, this room is off limits, and I'd prefer to keep it that way. Make sure the rest of the staff are so informed.
Of course, Doctor. And what about the antiseptics? Or do I inform the staff that you're too busy?
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way, then. Thank you, nurse.
Ok, les vampires.
It's locked, all right. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. It's locked.
Ok.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Voilà les gars, c'est comme ça qu'on joue.
Skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Ça va, on s'en sort, hein. Ah, on va peut-être sortir. Ah, n'oubliez pas...
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... It's locked, all right.
Et alors, tu le connais, ce jeu?
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Ouais.
I cannot enter.
Donc là ici ça doit être les bureaux.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
Le mec il est chelou.
That's for me. What a blundering idiot.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed.
Faut mieux être
So I can
gentil
return to
avec un
work
patient.
and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter. And a good one, too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Et alors, les docteurs se disputent à votre sujet à propos de cet hôpital. Si le docteur se dispute à propos de son sujet, à mon avis, c'est pas très bon, ça peut être déconseillé. Donc on va lui poser la question. Est-ce que des docteurs se disputent à votre sujet?
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Attendez, parce que là je vais fumer une clope. À propos de cet hôpital.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Oh, sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Alors... Je peux rentrer, moi?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Ok, alors deux francs.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Ok.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of...
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help you, sir?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Alors, votre vie, parlez-moi de vous.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice. considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff are not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes. And I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir.
It's locked, all right.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
It's locked.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Allons-y. On va le voir. Dun 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 dun.
You always knew the words to calm the children. As for me, what a brilliant shift never ends.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Dans pas longtemps, 2 secondes, faut pas être pressé dans la vie.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine. Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Pardon, oui, pitié. Alors, départissons.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush.
Je vais faire très attention parce que si je dis n'importe quoi, ça va être un problème sur l'impact du jeu. Alors, j'ai des questions à vous poser sur les vampires.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need weight.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could
Pourquoi
start
je
by
t'ai posé une
explaining
question.
what's
Est-ce que tu
amiss.
crois que j'étais en colère quand tu m'avais
These
demandé pour
past
jouer à des bébés?
insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Ouais.
I'll take care of it.
Autant lui dire gentiment, je vais régler ce problème.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Can't get here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman
à l'hôpital. Oh, okay.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Alors on va régler ça. Attends. Attends. Monsieur, je peux
We've dodged death so many times. Oswald,
You can't just die like this.
Ok.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Ah ouais, comment je fais? Parce qu'elle est dedans.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts lit a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Bon. Ça c'est fait, du coup. Voilà, hop. Alors.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Ok, je dois enquêter dans l'hôpital, du coup.
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods.
Last summer's epidemic was difficult. It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Continues. I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
What's that do? Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
You're a monster, Mr. Cox. An ungrateful and disgusting man.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to bring all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
The police may be slow, but they will find you eventually.
Well, how come you didn't turn me in then? Nah, Doc. I figure you have something to hide so you can't ask the coppers for help.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Please, I feel sick. Get over here now.